Hey guys, Inspector Holmes here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about dugout foundations or dugout crawl spaces that were originally a crawl space, but now they've dug out at some point in the past and tried to make some type of basement or storage area. And so that's kind of what I've got here at this house today. And as we go inside, we'll try to get some light on for you guys. Immediately you guys see this column here. So there's a column on the back side as a chimney. And you can see that the footer is, you can see the top side of the footer there at that column. And the footer base only goes out about maybe 6 inches, 6 to 7 inches. And this house was built in 1920. And then added to, and there's several additions, but you could see where the top of the soil was here, and this was a crawl space. Well, they've dug all of this down, all the way down here to make a floor so that we can stand up inside here. And there is a 45-degree rule with compactable soil, and it's basically 45 degrees from the top of the footer down that needs to be compactable soil. But if you cut that 45-degree angle off, make this a 90-degree angle, that 45-degree rule is not adhered to. And unfortunately what happens is where you've cut out, that soil will start to slough off. And that's kind of what we're getting here, because there's a high moisture content down here. It's actually the water heater's leaking, and there's several different issues going on here, as well as moisture penetration from the foundation, and high moisture content within the soil is causing some erosion. And so you could see where this soil here has eroded out, and actually it's eroded and fallen into the water heater here. As a result, though, of this soil eroding and falling away and the 45-degree rule not being adhered to, what you get is disruption in the soil, which gets disruption and settlement within the footer, which that's what holds up the column and the foundation walls, and I'll show you here in a bit what the foundation looks like. But basically what you can see here is this column here, and again, this is the chimney, which also has a footer under it, which is also settling out as well. But you could see this column here where they've tried to mortar back in, but it's falling away. So it's the soil is falling out, disrupting the footer. The footer is settling out, and it's settling this way. And so as it's settling this way, it's moving the column down and out. And so you can see the settlement at the top is much greater than the settlement at the bottom. However, this settlement is something that needs to be looked at by a structural engineer. Normally what happens is they come in and put a buffer wall on its own footer and anchor it to the soil so that there is some type of kind of a buffer or retaining wall between this, so that there's no disruption in the soil again. That's kind of what we're seeing around the columns. You can see the same thing going on over here. We've got soil line here, a bunch of old junk. But what we have over here is the same thing, but on a smaller scale. It's not as egregious or tall as the other one, but it has disrupted, and that somebody stuffed a bottle in that. But there has been disruption in the soil, which has caused disruption to the footer and settlement to the foundation wall. Those are termite treatment, past termite treatments. But you can see the settlement in the foundation wall. There is a deflection at the very top of about 1/2 inch, and it's actually moving down and out. So down and out. And unfortunately, what's happening is you've got some disruption in the flooring system up above and some cracks in the load-bearing walls up top. But all of this could have been avoided if they would have not dug out for the foundation or dug out for the basement and dug past the footer lines. And even if they were to dig out, they should have at least adhered to the 45-degree rule. If it were a licensed contractor, which my guess is they didn't know about it, and now we've got settlement. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I wanted to show you guys a little bit about what I do and what I look for in a house. And again, get yourself a good licensed home inspector to perform your home inspections. That way there's some peace of mind, and you can go into your house knowing all that needs to be done and fixed, so you can move on. And anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.